All right, in this video, we are going to continue our future-proofing phase 2, this idea of how do we design online learning lesson experiences. And really the whole thing right now in this video is really going to be predicated on teacher-made videos. That's where we're going to start, all right? So let's get into a quick little review. Where we left off is the 3 components for awesome online instruction. One is blended instruction, primarily where students access new content through teacher-created videos, and UDL-infused online instruction. This video is really going to focus on that teacher-created video part. But then we're going to embed that inside some sort of LMS that allows students some ability to customize their path and their pace so as we can account for all of the individual differences for our students. And then we're going to really focus on mastery-based assessment rather than that traditional paper and pencil tests and quizzes that we're familiar with, all on a foundation, a bedrock of synchronous check-ins. And we can afford to do those synchronous check-ins that really just attend to social and emotional needs and tutoring and building relationships, because we've outsourced all of our primary instruction to this asynchronous blended experience, which really is going to focus on those teacher-made videos. So let's get started with that. Now, blended instruction is 3 things is how I want to think about it. Teacher-made videos, UDL-infused lesson design, and it's really ideal if we can think of some sort of lesson mantra. And I use the explore, explain, apply mantra for how we can create the structure that we can then easily insert the video and easily insert the elements of universal design for learning into that lesson template. Now, this video, again, I keep saying it, is really going to focus on teacher-made videos. So it's really, really important. Why do we have to do teacher-made videos? Well, the evidence is abundantly clear, and we just got tons of research down here if you want to click on it. Students are simply more engaged with remote learning when they see their teacher's face during the video. Case closed. They want to see your face, even if it's just at least you show your face at the beginning to introduce the video. And really what we need to understand is students crave you. They don't crave high production value. They don't need something fancy. A video with you with low production value is better than a slickly produced video of a stranger. All right, you just need to know it. Here's a couple of examples. I'm not going to play the entire videos, but these are amongst the thousands of videos I have created. And this is what I'm talking about in terms of low production value. And these values have been viewed, these videos have been viewed, I don't know, tens of millions of times, lots of times, all right? Here's an example of me just literally just standing in front of a whiteboard. All right, in this video, I'm going to talk about what is a fraction. Like, what does it mean? And let's start off with a fraction. Let's start off with 5/8. Now, got a bunch of vocabulary words. That's enough. You only need to see about 17 seconds of the video to get a sense of what we're talking about here. What we're talking about here is low production value. It's me standing in front of a whiteboard. I kind of put my laptop on a bunch of books, a stack of books, about 2 or 3 feet away from the video. I hit record with my iMovie, so it was the free software that came with the laptop. And I did 0 editing. The only thing I did was add a title at the beginning because I was feeling fancy at the time. Super simple. You largely see just my left shoulder and me talking. Occasionally, I'll look into the screen. Here is another example.
This is 4th grade, Module 5, Lesson 2. And in this lesson, students are going to be decomposing fractions as a sum of unit fractions. And they're going to be modeling that.
And what you see here is a little picture of me introducing the video, and then I'm going to kind of scroll into the video, and you're going to see nothing. It's just a screencast. Oopsies. Go back. Ah.
And this is fourth.
Yeah. Here.
This is a sum of unit fractions, and here is 5/6 in two different ways of decomposition without using necessarily all units.
So you see, it's just really, that was an example of me just kind of introducing the video with my face. And then once I've introduced the video, the entire rest of the video is just me writing using, I think at that time I was using an app called Explain Everything, just cheap, free software that I downloaded and was able to use to make literally thousands of videos. So the idea, really, I want to keep it simple here. The idea is keep the production value low, because a poorly made video by you is better than a slickly made video made by somebody else. And if you raise your production value too high, they become more difficult to make and less likely that you'll actually make them. Really, here's the deal. Blended instruction doesn't need to be pretty. It needs to be personal. Students report that videos in which teachers speak fairly fast and with high enthusiasm are more engaging. We know that using conversational language is more effective than formal language because students start to get this sense of, hey, we're building a relationship here. So the idea is, don't sound robotic as you are making your video and being all professional and stuff. No, students want fast, enthusiastic, and conversational. Because here's why. Students are able to listen faster than teachers are able to speak. So the faster you speak with enthusiasm and conversational language, the better. Besides, students can always learn how to press pause and rewind. Pause and rewind. These are the two most important buttons in all of remote learning. So teach your kids how to pause, how to rewind, and all this video stuff is going to be totally worth your time. Now, here's the deal. Videos should also be super short, way shorter than what I'm currently doing right now. So sorry. God, this sucks. Anyway, aim for somewhere between 6 and 10 minutes. We have some studies that say videos, whoa, get back here. Videos, one more, there. Videos that are less than 10 minutes get watched significantly more than videos that are more than 10 minutes right here. So keep your videos somewhere between 6 and 10 minutes. If you are on the longer side, you might want to teach your students how to speed up the playback speed. YouTube is brilliant because it has increased the playback speed that a lot of kids appreciate. Some kids actually prefer to slow the playback speed, particularly English as a second language students, English language learners might want to slow down the pace, but not very many students actually do. So if you're going to have an extraordinarily long video, you might want to help your kids by reminding them that they are able to fast forward and they're able to increase the playback speed. All right. It can be simple. There's just a whole host of ways that you can make your video. Here's an example of me just taking a bunch of my manipulatives, boxes of my manipulatives, and I just stacked my iPad right on top. In fact, let me clean up that video. And now you can see there's my stack of manipulatives. There's my iPad, and it's just shooting right down onto this notepad. And I used either iMovie, which came with my iPad, or I used the YouTube app, which is freely downloadable onto your iPad. And it doesn't have to be an iPad. It could be any sort of Android tablet or iPhone or Android phone. And it's really, we're talking really, really simple stuff. We're not talking fancy. Here's a couple of examples of videos. This is an example of a video I made with my iPad on a stack of books with iMovie, kind of like what I just showed you before. And then here's an example of a video. Goodness gracious, what an ugly face. I made with my iPhone and using the YouTube app. Really, both of these low production value, but highly, highly effective in terms of developing student engagement, because the students get to see your face rather than the face of the stranger. I'm not going to play these videos, but you are welcome to open up these slides and watch these videos yourself. There are a tremendous number of tools for how you can actually make the videos. You don't have to use your iPad or your phone or whatever. You can use Seesaw, Flipgrid. You can do a screencast using your browser with a tool called Screencastify. There's just a whole host of options for how you can make your video. And the key is you are the one making these short little videos, not using some pre-made videos from a stranger. We're going to stop here because our next segment is going into UDL infused lesson design. But right now we're just going to stop here, and we're going to pause the video. I'm going to make another video that says now it's time for you to practice making your own videos.